I had to block people on here, so I had to remove whoever that was. They say they were a child. Uh, they said they were a child. I know I have a lot of trolls that come on my page, so they may or may not have been a child. But funny thing is, child support alimony came out. But I don't know. Corruption was at the top of my Daryl. I made a mistake. Corruption was at the top of my deck, actually, which is so funny because I got the officer standing right here next to me. Right here next to me. I don't know why. I seen him at my peripheral. Death ending. Yes. So I seen them. I said at my peripheral. I seen them at my review mirror. I seen them at my review mirror passing by. It looked like they was about to keep going. And then he just decided to just back on up. I guess he said, forget it. We just gonna hang out today. All right. Y'all gonna see him pass by in a second. I don't know why she's staring at me like she. Why she's staring at me like that? I'm talking about was staring hard. I don't know why. I don't want your man. If that's your man, I don't know what you are. I don't want him. I'm trying to figure out why he came over here instead of going over there somewhere. Why she's laughing at him and just staring at me. Girl, I don't want him and I'm not sending you. Anyway, they pulled off right when I turned this on this time. See on my video with the kids, so but someone might actually be a child. It says collaborated with family. Could be a child who collaborated with some family members here to do something or say something to you. Someone who wants to grow up fast here says look closely at questions, ask questions, think before acting. This person did not think before they did whatever it was they did. And this appears to be a person who had possibly some adults around them. They could have had adults around them who were pushing them to do whatever this is that they done here. They didn't investigate. They didn't look into whatever this is that they did here. Just says I want to be a queen. I feel like this person who just want to look. This person either wants to grow up fast here or that I want to be a queen. This could have something to do with money. Something to do with money. And I have lead the way here. This person's surrounded by animals and water. Someone could like animals here. By the way, this lady was looking at me. I almost wanted to say something. Mm. I wanted to say something. It was one of those like little arrogant. You know how you can tell somebody feels like they safe because they know a police officer? It was one of those little. You know how you look up and somebody looking at you and they normally turn their face and keep doing whatever it is they doing? It was almost like she wanted to be smart and she just continued to stare at me while she was backing up. Notice I said why she was backing up. She wasn't even looking to where she was going or if anything was behind her. She was looking straight up in my face over here in this car as she was backing up. It almost felt like she was trying to intimidate me or something. But I'm not bothered by you or your officer boyfriend or side man or whoever he is to you. It just was weird because I just looked back and she just stayed staring at me and she was backing up. It really felt like she was trying to intimidate me. And I hate people that feel like almost like they hold a position of entitlement or something because they know a police officer. Why you lying? Trolls again. Trolls. Y'all ain't got nothing else better to do with y'all time. A moment's regret. I wanted to say something. Just left it alone. People like that don't even be worth it. It's like, girl, go find somebody to play with or something. Just go find something else to do. So whoever this is, what do you mean? What are you filming from TV? I don't know. Can you make the question a little bit clearer? Y'all are assholes. Y'all not about to get on my nerves. You can tell you ain't got no life. So if y'all get on here to troll me, you can absolutely tell you have absolutely no life at all. I am exactly who I am. It is what it is, you know. Why don't you go talk about your mama somewhere? Get off my page. Go and play with y'all kids or something. Mortality. Why y'all can, you know. Go find somebody to play with while y'all got the time left with this mortality right here. Since life is brief, bright, and beautiful, and it's yours to live, you know. And so I would suggest you go maximize the time you have. 'Cause God don't like ugly. Weird. Anyway, look, what's on the top of my deck? Just sitting right there at the top when mortality pops out. Y'all gotta find y'all something safe to do. You know, just because you can do it don't mean you should do it. You don't know who people are protected by out here. And I ain't talking about the officer that was just sitting next to me either. Anyway, no, she just full. The fat jokes, trolls from somebody who think they know me. Nature communication. 7 and 3 is 10. Scarf is 37. 10 is endings as well. So we got mortality. Life is brief. We have a ending here. And 37 on here, it says nature communication, which is an ending here. Elemental messengers, nature. So something's going on with somebody's child, maybe. Why are you lying? Somebody ain't got nothing else to do. Keeping up immense effort. That's what I feel like people are doing here, trying so hard to keep up, watching everything that's going on. Watching everything that's going on. Somebody asked me why I was lying. Why am I lying? Why am I lying when I said the little lady standing here or sitting here was staring at me as she was backing up like she didn't want to take her eyes off me? I guess that's what she was talking about. Oh no, hell, Tiffany Sapp, that might have been the lady. You know, if y'all recognize the car from my other video, let me know. You know, let me know. Put the two and two together and see if it's the same person. If that's Tiffany Sapp that was in the car. To my know she's full. I guess it's weight jokes I've noticed for the last few days. People got on here and they making jokes about my weight supposedly. So I said it gotta be people. Ain't nobody looking at my face and saying you can barely even see anyway. I don't know why this look like this. Gotta be somebody who know you personally. I'm trying to be funny. But you know, I say let people laugh when you got things like this popping out the dick as I'm talking about them. Let them laugh while they can. You know, laugh while you can. Get it all out your system. Can't take it with you. Might as well have a little fun. Well, whoever it is trying to keep up. Also notice the time clock in this one. Time is running out for something. They're trying to keep up with something. You possibly with this shine bright like a diamond or shine bright like a candle is what it says. That's such a curious dream. You got someone here who wanted to appear to be a certain way. I feel like this have to do with money and material things here. Someone wanted this appearance of being a certain way, and so they worked with someone to do something, collaborated with family. This has to be adults. If this was a child doing this, they collaborated with some adults within your family to do something to you, to say something, to do something. And so only you would know whatever this is you've had going on. A child does have something to do with it, though. It's one of the first cards I got outside of the corruption sitting on the top of the deck. And I see investigation. Investigation again. Someone could even be under investigation here. But this is one of the first cards that I got. Child support, alimony here. They may have collaborated with their parent. Let's say if this is your child, they could have collaborated with the other parent. Somebody here is trying their best to keep up with whatever it is that's going on. Maybe keep up with you. They could have been watching something you were doing. I want to do it here. This is a child who does not know how to stay in their place here. This is a child who wants to skip the age they're in and do the things that they see other people are doing. This is someone who did not want to allow their time to pass and allow themselves time to actually grow into whatever this is they wanted to do. And so they work with someone here from the look of it. Somebody worked with someone to do something to someone. You are rare and free. There are not many like you. Use your time well. Yeah. You are rare and free. Something about you is different. Something about you is different. And people are trying their best to keep up with you and try to mimic you. This could this could definitely be a child trying to imitate you, an adult. This could even be a young adult. Doesn't have to necessarily be a underage child. This could be a young adult. Because for me, I still look at 20-year olds, 21, 22, 23-year olds, 24, 25-year olds like they kids. Because I have kids myself. I have a 23 and a 26-year-old. And so I know the level of thinking they have at that age. And I still look at them as children, regardless of their age. So this could be young adults here, but someone here is watching you and trying to keep up with what it is you're doing. And instead of living their life and allowing time, or as the card says, using their time wisely, allowing themselves to grow up and putting in the work to be able to do whatever this is that they're trying to do. It says, I want to be a queen, but I really feel like it's more so about material things. I feel like they worked with a family member here to do something. Changed in the night. Yeah, that could be that child. They changed in the night because they made this choice without thinking to do something here. Something's being investigated. So a child could be brought up here in some type of investigation that's going on. Let's see, anything else going up? Oh, that's a lot of cards. Keep your temper. Keep your temper. Yeah, a child here could be brought up in a situation here. You could have something going on here that may have been done to you. This child worked with someone. This child worked with an adult, possibly the other parent, but it could be anybody. And an auntie, a grandmother here, they work with another adult in the family to do something to you. This is a child who, again, trying to skip childhood. They're trying to skip the time that they are in now to where they want to be. And I really feel like this is about money, about finances here. So instead of that child, let's just say, going to school and picking up a trade or something. They work with some family here to do something. I don't know do what, but it says keep your temper here. So you're about to find out if this anything has to do with money. They maybe stole something from you. The child could have said something that made something be redirected to someone. They could have helped someone take something from you. But whenever you find this out, you're being asked to keep your temper. This is a child trying to skip past whatever stage in life they're in to get to a stage it looks like that you are in because they're watching you. This is someone who's watching you and trying their best to keep up with what it is you're doing. I don't know if they're keeping up and trying to go back and report to someone or if they are keeping up trying to imitate you. I just cut the deck on public humiliation. So this child may have agreed to do something to humiliate you. This person could have been paid or something to do something to humiliate you in public. This child, I see Mimi and Chelsea. Yeah, this child could have been paid to do something to publicly humiliate you. And they did it. Why? Because of the money. They did it because of the money. They did it because they wanted to be seen as a queen. They did it because they wanted to look like something that they are not at the time here. Old money. They did it for money. This child could have done something to publicly humiliate you for some money. And you're about to find out. And it says keep your temper. This could very well be your child here who worked with some adults in the family to humiliate you and was paid for it. I see using others to make you jealous and constantly sending you negative energy. This child could be doing that. If your child got some, child could be into some type of dark energy here. I see Pisces. They could have been taught this by the adults that they were working with, or you know how children do. You never really know. They could have learned it from other children, but this child could be an adult child, a Pisces, and I see Junior here was paid to do something to cause you some type of humiliation in public. And this child is either the child or who they're working with is continuously sending you negative energy. I see an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and you're about to find out whatever this is. Look, still inheritance on the top of the deck. So this child worked with someone in your family, could be your own child, work with someone in your family to send you some negative energy regularly, to monitor you, to do things, to try to publicly humiliate you, to do things to make people look at you a certain way. And it was possibly done for money, but specifically an inheritance, to be able to steal an inheritance here. I see jealous and mendacity. Someone was money hungry and jealous, and it could have been your own child working together with these people to try to gain something out of it. spiritually stalking, yeah. Stalking. I just saying stalking again. I can't make it up, y'all. Stalking twice. Yeah. Twice. Spiritually stalking and stalking. Partnership. A child, possibly your own child, was working with some other adult in your family here to stalk you, to send you negative energy in an attempt to steal an inheritance from you. I see mischievous. This person, it says, I want to be a queen. They want to be viewed as something they are not right now. This person may not have money right now. They could be living a normal life for a child their age, whether it's, you know, an 18-year-old, a 20-year-old, a 23-year-old. They could be living an average life for someone who is their age. And they want to, the way they're watching you, it feels like almost they wanted to be you and do what it was that you were doing. Someone, you know, it doesn't take much to convince a child when there's another adult in that child's ear. Maybe somebody was convinced. I see untruthfulness, lying here. They were convinced to do something here to hurt you in order to gain for themselves. But I tell you what, when you get whatever this is that was trying to be stolen from you, looks like an inheritance, I wouldn't give out any of it. I would not be a support system to whoever these people are that work together to humiliate you, to steal it from you. I let them figure it out themselves. It's going to be a hard lesson learned, especially if it's your own child. Because if y'all anything like me, you know, if it was your own child and you had it, you would probably give it to them. But this is someone here who decided they wanted to take it from you. And not just take it from you, but humiliate you in the process. This is someone who used their connection to you to try to humiliate you in the public, to make people look at you a certain way here. And they were constantly sending you negative energy. And so they wanted you to come off looking like you were angry, maybe bitter, that you do things impulsively here. This was a setup, and possibly your child helped these people to do it. I see catfish. Somebody could have been catfish, pretending to be somebody else here. I see bipolar disorder, rags to riches, secrets, phone tap. Somebody's phone could be tapped. They could be watching somebody. Investigation I seen twice already. Simple life. But when you get whatever this is that they attempted to steal from you, I let that child figure it out themselves. Everything they should have been doing at the beginning to try to get their life together, that's what they'll have to do. Like I said, it's a hard lesson to learn. But when you go out your way to work with other people to try to steal from someone who help you, especially if it's your adult child, you go out your way to steal from someone who helps you. You deserve whatever karma you get from that. whatever karma they get, let them figure it out themselves. She want to be a queen. Let her figure out how to be that queen on her own without stealing, without lying, without pretending to be something that she's not. Evidently, these family members helped convince her to do. And I say her because queen can definitely be a young lady. Definitely be a young lady here who's went out the way to embarrass you. And all they did was embarrass themselves and put themselves in a level of struggle that they're going to have to overcome by themselves. Not with the person who they went out the way to try to publicly humiliate, but by themselves. Says I'll pay for. Feds are listening. Somebody's under investigation. And so if they've been investigating something, you could definitely find out that your child was involved in whatever it is that may have been going on with you. If you've been going through a lot of drama, a lot of spiritual warfare, you've went through a lot of changes in your life over the last few years. I know for me, I've been going through a whole hell of a lot of spiritual warfare. And it could be coming not just from your own family, but your own child could have something to do with it. There's an appointed time. There's an appointed time when the holy ones will get back everything they lost. And I just seen rags to riches, so you could definitely be about to receive back whatever it was they thought they took from you. Unexpected income, you could definitely be about to get this back. And you're about to find out that some people was involved that's probably gonna hurt your feelings, especially if it was your own child that was involved in trying to steal something from you and going out the way to try to hurt you and humiliate you in public for people to see, just so they can get some extra money in their pocket. I see trying to poison your food, emergency 911, perverted. So if your child had access to your house, if you feel like someone was going in and out of your house, someone may have had some type of access to your child could have given someone access to your house. If you left your keys or anything around your child, they could have given someone access to your house, or they could have been the ones going in and out of it themselves here with the intentions on you being publicly humiliated here. With the intentions on making you look a certain way in front of people. I just seen they were paid to do it. And so if they weren't trying to steal an inheritance from you themselves, they were paid to do what it is they did. If they gave somebody a key to your house, they were paid to give them that key. If they told somebody where things were in your house, they were paid to do it. Whatever role they played in this, and I keep seeing mayor and governor here. I keep seeing this. Something with the mayor and a governor here. And I see clout chasing and karmic here. Whatever role they played in this situation, they were paid to do it. But it says keep your temper when you find this out, because I can imagine finding out that your child would do something like this for some money, or you want to let them have it. Finding out that you cannot trust your own child because they will do whatever they have to do to throw you under the bus for some money. See, white. Someone could be white. Someone would drive a white car. Someone's last name could be white. White could also be healing, purification, protection here. You may have been protected from something. As I was saying protection, I seen family setup. So you were protected from some kind of family setup here. Your family was working together to set you up, and possibly your own child was being paid to participate in it. Your hometown people are jealous. Oh, people are aware of whatever this was that was going on. Someone named Timothy could have something to do with this. But people are aware of whatever this was that was going on. And imagine if it's your own family trying to set you up, it's your own child trying to get a little extra dollars by doing some weird shit behind the scene. How can you blame other people for not saying anything when it's your own people, your own blood, yeah. People who's supposed to be showing you some type of loyalty here. I see community effort. You using others to make you jealous. I see CPS, Child Protective Services. I see moving here, cyberbully. CPS could be getting involved in something here. Jail. Somebody's going to jail. CPS may have to get their kids. Look, trying to tuck it back in there. Says family doesn't like you. So you have family that doesn't like you, who was trying to steal an inheritance from you, who was going out of their way to set you up. And they've somehow convinced your own child to participate in this by paying your child. And I'm saying your child, it could be any child. Card just, it just was referencing children. Children can be involved. The emergency 911. Ashanti, you don't know me. Definitely could be your child. That's my child's name. And it says you don't know me. Or you don't know your child like you think you know your child. Because your child was convinced to work with some people to set you up. And they did it. If your own child don't have your back, you can't trust anyone. You can't trust anyone. If your own child will stab you in your back, you cannot trust anyone. I see laugh now, cry later. So someone thinks this is funny. Someone thinks this is funny. I just cut the deck again on your hometown people. are jealous. So it could be people from wherever it is that you are from who think this is funny. Somebody has been talking about this. People know what's going on. Probably everybody around you know what's going on except for you. They aware that money is being stolen or was attempted to be stolen from you. They know the key players who were in it. Probably had a bunch of people around you not saying anything, just wondering why people were acting in a specific way, why they were acting not the way they used to act. Or I see rebel here. I feel like whatever this is, you're gonna get it back. Return to sender. Somebody may be sending you some negative energy right now. Family. I see Mike. Someone named Mike could be here. Family says cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, niece, nephew here. Somebody name could be Mike. You know what? In a reading I got, yeah, this is all going together. This is all going together. If y'all read the last, I just seen Chelsea. I was just gonna say, if y'all listen to my last few readings, this is what it's been about. A stolen inheritance here. Somebody did not want you to have this money. I see Calvin, Chelsea again. Private party. Somebody didn't want you to have something that belonged to you. And so they work with your own child to cover it, to try to steal from you, to do things to publicly humiliate you, to send you all kind of negative energy here, and then probably have people watch. I see Archie. Probably have people watch you in this negative energy that they've sent. Lawsuit. You'll be filing a lawsuit on some people here. Poison ivy. Somebody definitely put something in your food here. You know, when I was in the apartment that I was in before, someone was breaking into my house, putting stuff inside of my food. Putting stuff inside of my food. I just cut the deck on brother and sister duo. Smooth could be significant. Somebody could be a brother and sister duo who has done this. Scorpio. Could be a Scorpio brother sister duo here. One of which is a Scorpio. The only two signs I've seen is Scorpio and Libra. Only two signs I've seen so far. Someone's playing poker. Keisha. Keisha could have something to do with this. I see social media here. Something could have happened on social media with a celebrity. Keisha has something to do with it. Somebody's money laundering. This is what they was trying to do with your money. What is this? Washing money, drug trafficking, corruption, embezzlement. What did I say? The first card I seen was actually corruption, and it's so funny because that police officer was standing right there talking to that lady, whoever he was talking to, that seemed to want to stare me down as she was backing up. I just simply looked over there at the car while it was backing up, and she happened to be looking right at me when I looked over there. And when I tell you we locked eyes and she wouldn't, you know how you try to intimidate someone to see like who gonna turn their face first? As she was backing out of the parking space, that's what she was doing to me, just staring at me. She wasn't turning her eyes, which means she wasn't looking back at whatever it was behind her. She just backing out. just looking straight at me. Now, what would have really been funny if it was a car back there or something, and she would have hit it while she was trying to intimidate me as she was backing up, just staring. And whatever he said before he walked back to the truck he was in, I guess made her laugh. And so as she was laughing, I kind of looked back and we locked eyes and she stayed staring at me the entire time she was backing up. I literally turned my face back to the camera before she did. I wish I could have recorded it. So I said people be funny, they be wanting you to be scared of them or something just because she know the police officer. I know I've had dealings with a lot of corrupt police officers. They weren't my friend, but I said that to say they don't scare me. See, contact a lawyer. That's what I end up doing anyway. Because it's so funny when my house was being broken in and out of. That's all was around my house. Corrupt police officers and people pretending to be officers and people who were pretending to be officers connected to officers and willing to call those officers to vouch for them. I see civil rights here. Violation of your civil rights is probably what you have here. Taking pictures of you, which is so funny because that popped up initially and I didn't even say anything. So you got corrupt officers, yeah, or corruption is what it said. And I just thought it was funny because the officer is right there taking pictures of you. Civil rights being violated. Yeah. Investigation. Oh, that's what I was saying. That I said that to say I'm used to corrupt officers being around me. And so you looking at me like you you have an issue, like you big and bad because you know one. That doesn't scare me. This been going on for years now. And the officers I actually was the first people that I was mentioning because that's who was around. Everywhere I went, I was being followed by DeKalb County police officers. I'd be at work and look up and they sitting in my parking lot. I'd be off of work, look up, they sitting in my parking lot. One day I was about to leave my house, which I live and work in the same place. One day I was about to leave, and so I wasn't parked in any of the places I would normally be parked at behind my gate or in front of the gate because I was actually leaving, so I was coming around. But as I came around, I went to put the gate code in, and what do I see? The officer backed up to my gate looking through the hole inside of my gate, mm, trying to see if I was there. I had a person, and at this time, I had been kind of stalked, um, harassed by different people. And so I was paying real close attention to who came and who went at my property. And I was about to go to the bank one day and I noticed this car just sitting there. This car just sitting there. And so I said to myself, I'm not going to say anything because, people pull up and they'll sit right there and they'll wait for other people and then they'll go on in the gate and do whatever they have to do. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to say anything right away. I'm just going to see if they waiting for someone. Waited a little while, probably about 30 minutes went by, 45 minutes went by. Nobody came. They were just sitting there. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the bank right now. If I come back and they still sitting there, then I'm going to say something. Left and went to the bank, came back. She was still sitting there. So I went up to the car and I asked her, was she waiting for anything? Did she need anything? Why was she sitting there? Because there's no loitering. You can't just pull up and just hang out in the parking lot. Why are you sitting right there? And her response is she was on official police duty, but it's not official anymore since I came and asked her that question. And I'm thinking in my head, bullshit. So I was like, you have a badge number or something? And she pulls out this thing with this little bitty star on it, gold star on it, and she's kind of flashing it like this, but she don't want me to actually see it. Just this little bitty star now. It don't look like a real police badge or anything. She just flashing it like this, and I was like, can I see it? And she would not actually let me see it. So I was like, well, do you have a badge number or something? No. Can I get your name? No, I can't give you my name either, but you can get my tag number. Mind you, she was in a regular car, y'all, not a police car, but she said she was on official police duty and trying to flash this little badge that was fake from the look of it. No, but you can get the tag, you can verify me from the tag number. I mean, get the tag number. And I'm recording all of this as it's taking place. I recorded from the point I walked up to her car, from the point she pulled off. And she would not give me a name, a badge number. She would not actually let me take a picture of the badge. She just kept kind of flashing it like she wanted me to see it and be like, okay. But it looked fake to me, so I actually wanted to see it. She wouldn't let me actually just she wouldn't hold it up long enough for me to actually see what it said or how it really looked. All I seen is this little gold little thing in a wallet. She just kind of kept flashing. And so I was like, no worries. I'll just call over to the police precinct and ask them about him. No, don't give them a call. I can call them for you. You don't call them. You don't have to call them. I'll call for you. I can just call another officer over here to vouch for me, is what she said. And so what she had is a walkie-talkie, not a cell phone, but a walkie-talkie. And it didn't even look like the police walkie-talkies, y'all. She was in regular clothes, in a regular car, but she said she was on official police duty. Now, I can just call them over here, if you need to verify anything. You don't have to call. I knew right then something was wrong. I knew something was wrong anyway. But when she didn't want me to ask anybody at the precinct, she just wanted me to verify, you know, I can take down her tag number, which could have been anybody's car. Um, I knew right then something was wrong. And the fact that she pulled up this little walkie talkie and was saying she could call a specific officer to come and vouch for her. If you on official police duty, then it'd be more than one officer who could vouch for you, who can say what it is that's going on because it's something on record. So it lets me know that it's nothing on record that you're doing because you can only call this one specific officer and you don't want me to reach out to the precinct, which is where all the other officers are. And so I knew it was some BS. Um, I told her, don't worry about it. I was just going to go over there anyway. But what I did is I called the police and I told them what was going on. And they said they would get somebody to call me back. And I was like, I'll just go over there myself. I told them the same thing. I'll just go over there myself to the police precinct. Oh, no, don't go over there. They're closed. And I'm like, what's really going on? What's really going on? Because I called 911 and the officers answered. It's like whoever it is, whatever. I don't know. Did I call 911 or did I call the non emergency number? I don't remember, but for the officer to tell me don't go over to the precinct too, they would just send someone out. It sounded like her, so I'm thinking, what the hell? Are they all on the same team or something? And so I said to myself, I was just gonna wait. Don't send another one of them out to my house. I'll just wait and I'll go over there. But I never did go over to the precinct. I should have, but I never did. but I knew it was something up with them. And you know what's so crazy is I recorded the whole thing because at that time I was recording everything. Because, like I said, I was being harassed and kind of stopped at the property. And so I was recording everything. And so I already had my phone recording when I walked up to her car. Just so happened, as she was pulling off, I took my phone and I kind of got the tag number as she was pulling off. And I went on about my day. But when I looked back in my phone to see, because I was thinking about it, and I was like, let me go in here and see what all I got recorded, if I can stop a video or something and maybe zoom in on that fake badge she was showing, some of the official police duty, but it's not official anymore since I asked her. I came to the car and asked her what she was doing. The videos did not even record, y'all. That's what's so crazy about it. All the stuff that I be recording, I think what I did is when I was recording, it only recorded for like 3 minutes. So it stopped recording and I hit record again to get the second part without even storing the first part. And so all I had was the car driving off. None of the conversation that was had in the car, which was crazy to me. But yeah, seeing officers kind of sneak around my building, peeking through the hole in my gate, pulling off as soon as they see me. Her pretending like she on official police duty, but she can call a specific officer. All the officers meeting up at the church up the street. Me being watched by all of them. I felt like something was going on. And so, yeah, that's the first thing. One of the first things I noticed outside of being followed and harassed by other people is the officers that seem to be not on my side. And so when I say, it just seemed like corruption all the way through. I'm not gonna lie. Since then, I've left. Eventually, I left and came back to Georgia. It seemed like they did made a lot of changes with the police department. I noticed a whole lot of other police officers, and so I don't know if they knew what was going on, and they put some new officers on duty. But I noticed a lot of changes being made. A lot of those officers that I seen regularly even tried to have a conversation, with a couple of them just to see, and you can tell their energy, nasty attitude. Just like, why you have an attitude if you here to serve the community and the community is sitting here having a conversation with you, then why are you acting like it's killing you to be talked to? It's just the attitude they have. You can absolutely tell it was some it was BS. And so, yeah, I remember saying, yeah, it's you probably definitely a part of the people who was breaking in and out my house. You and your little crew that you hang around. Because I could feel his nasty energy. You could just tell. But I don't know. Anyway, I said that to say I'm used to the corrupt officers. I've actually talked to this one that was standing out here before, too, because I couldn't figure out why they kept following me around. I'd be parked over there and they come park over there. I park back there, they come park back there. I park over there, they park over there. I'm over there at the beauty supply, they over there at the beauty supply. I'm over there at the Kroger, they right there parked in front of the Kroger. So I'm like, well, damn, what am I doing? Why y'all just following me around, just watching? Feel like you almost trying to intimidate me. So, one day I parked right here where I'm parked now, and they came and parked right behind me. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be just as much asshole as they being an asshole. I'm gonna get out the car. I turned my little happy face on and walked right over there to the car. And I was like, is there a reason y'all just be hanging out like that in the parking lot? Because when I first started coming over here, there's a few different stores over here at my gym and other little places that I be going to. So I was like, when I first started coming here, y'all was never here. But where I was, y'all were always over there where I used to be. And so I switched it up and I started coming over here. And now I notice y'all wasn't here before, but now y'all are here all of a sudden and y'all here regularly. Like, why are y'all always just hanging around regularly? And he told me something about people cars being broken into and they were being paid to part time to watch the parking lot part time. And that's why they were over here as much as they were over here. So I'm like, every time I move, y'all move. And it's making me feel like the past, when y'all were watching me in my own house. And I don't know what y'all ever been watching me for to begin with. And y'all know also somebody it's almost like they had put surveillance or something inside of my house because all my sockets where you plug things in it, they were all loose. Which tells me something had been in my walls. And I did a little research and I found out, police do things like that too. Don't mean to have to necessarily be them, but with them just kind of hanging around and watching me and moving everywhere I move and all this different stuff going on. I'm like, man, what's going on? And then y'all be doing it all over again. I'm over there where I used to be at, and they all watching me over there. And so I move, yeah, just to get out the way. And now all of a sudden, it's cars being broken into in this parking lot, and y'all over here uh, every second of the day too. Like, that's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence that y'all keep watching me like you watching me, and I haven't did anything wrong. And so yeah, I really felt like they had something to do with what was going on too. And then you got people following you around, you know, telling people things to make people look crazy at you. They follow you around and wherever you go into often. Like when I was over on the other side, I used to go in this particular gas station regularly. I used to go in and out of there all the time. They got people hanging over there. All of a sudden, when I first started going over there, when I got back, it wasn't like that. But then the more I went there, it's like people started appearing and they would appear and they would try to befriend the people who worked there. They be talking to them. It's almost like they try to ruin your reputation somehow. They talking to the people that work in the places where you frequent and they want them to look at you a certain way. So, yeah. So you got the little dirty officers playing their little dirty game. And then you got people being paid to go into places where you go in often and tell lies to them and have them looking at you a certain way. It's like they're trying to ruin your reputation within the community. And then they said whatever, I don't know what was going on at my job, but when you start having issues up there, And then blacklisted, I just seen blacklisted. I've been said something about that. I have a master's degree. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to find a job, but at a certain point, I cannot find a job. Everywhere I applied just denied me, which lets me, I feel like whoever it is that they have going in and out of places that I frequent, telling them whatever they were telling them about me, I feel like they do the same thing. They did that with my job. And so, you probably have somebody that sits in a certain position of power that's going around having specific places not hire me or putting my name in something to make them look and see that they don't need to hire me because, like I said, I have a master's degree. There's no reason. I'm more qualified to work in these places than the people that be working in these places. I tried to get a job from jobs on my level, my master's degree level, to jobs that I would have been applying to when I was in high school, like McDonald's. Yeah. And so I really feel like that's what happened. My page was shadow banned. Jobs don't hire me. Felt like you were being blacklisted. And then the officers watching around, and then the people walking, coming into where you go to try to ruin your reputation. It's like almost like they were trying to run me out the city or something. That's what it felt like. You want to run me out of the job that I had for 11 years, and then you want to run me out of this little city that I invested more in than y'all. Probably been here longer than y'all been police officers. I don't know who was working with who. Bank balance increase. I don't even remember writing this card right here, but so yeah. Old girl trying to stare me down while she was backing up. I don't want your man, boo. I don't want them officers. Not after the way I feel like they was moving, because I don't know which one I'm to trust, to be honest with you. And it make you just not trust any of them, because I didn't seen how y'all move. I seen how you move. I keep seeing mayor and governor. Maybe this was something that was sent from the top. Who knows? Who knows? Bad attitude. That's what I feel like she had. Because I literally just looked back. I heard her laughing and I seen him walking off and I just looked back. I wasn't even looking back to look at her, to be honest with you. I just looked back and just so happened I locked eyes with her and the way she just stared at me. Like she wanted to say something. It reminded me of the officer that when I used to be at the store on the other side over there. The officer I say I talked to over there, just because, you be trying to ease the tension or something. And so I just struck up a little conversation with him. Nasty attitude. Nasty attitude. One of those like very nonchalant kind of matter of fact things. Um, Straight to the point. You ask questions and he was like straight to the point. I asked him what his name was. He just kind of showed me his badge. It's like, you don't want to talk. You're supposed to be serving the community and you can't even open your mouth and have a normal conversation. But I bet you somebody that looked like this walk up to him and talk. I bet you being all happy and perked up then, but you sitting there acting like you don't even want to be bothered, and you look like you walk around with this nasty little attitude all day, every day. I see you. Every time I see you, you look the same way, except for when this another female, and I think she worked at the precinct too. but not as an officer because I never seen her in a uniform. I just seen her in regular clothes. When she pull up and they get together, he act like he's the happiest person in the world. But outside of that, he just walk around with this mug on his face all the time. Like he can't stand being there. Like he can't stand his job. Like he don't want to be bothered. And that's why I call myself being funny that day. I'm like, I'm just gonna talk to him and say something because all this extra energy you feeling when you come around, I'm just gonna talk to you. Look, it's like I'm just gonna talk to you and see. And he was just as nonchalant and straight to the fact, not very conversational. You know, it's like he didn't even want to be bothered. Get out. See, interracial couple may want to keep you in this black energy. They hate you. I don't know, but I love myself. So that's all that matters. You know, all the trolls that get on here and try to talk about my weight, you know, want you to feel some type of way. I do feel some type of way, but unfortunately for y'all, it's not about myself. I feel like it's something mentally wrong with y'all because of why you going out the way to do all of that to somebody. Like you don't have anything else better to do with your life. Y'all just come on lives to troll people, to try to criticize people, and you can tell it's somebody who knows me personally. And the fact that they be too coward to say whatever it is they have to say out loud, you know, pick up the phone and call. The fact they hide behind these pages that they make is horrible. And so I feel some type of way, but it be about the people who doing it. It be about y'all hiding behind fake pages and memes and videos to try to say what you can't say to my face. If you're not that bold, then by all means, don't be that bold when y'all behind a fake page you made. That's weird. You know, people have to deal with stuff like that when they're growing up. You know, to be this old at this age and still having to deal with stuff this childish and petty and ignorant. I think it's something mentally going. Furthermore, if I've gained any weight, it just means I'm eating good, right? And that probably frustrates y'all even more, especially when you thought you were going to cause all this ruckus and just leave me out. And I was going to be without. But I look good with it, don't I? For y'all who watching every day, it looks good on me. Mm. An inheritance obtained first by greed will not be a blessing in the end. This is what it's all been about, an inheritance. I feel like a bunch of people working together to steal something. They don't want you to have it. Unfortunately, I feel like somebody amongst these people has some type of connections here because all this drama gets started. Mhm. Identity theft, you know. So there's good cops out there. I don't know which ones are which. I guess we're gonna find out though. But there are good cops out there who are doing their job, good investigators out there who are doing their job. And I'm sure they have uncovered a lot of stuff as they've been watching. So somebody is about to find out some stuff that probably gonna hurt their feelings when you find out. But I've been saying for a while now, it's family involved in this. Family. And so you'll have a good cop. At least they're good to you. That's gonna come and that's gonna present the stuff to you. I see body odor here. Burger King and Dairy Queen. Rags to riches. But they're gonna come and they're gonna present this stuff to you. Let you know what's been going on, probably what they've seen while they've been investigating you. And it's probably gonna hurt your feelings when you find out some of the people who have been involved in everything that you've been going through. I feel like you'll definitely have a lawsuit. If nothing else with your family, but I feel like more than that. Depending on what you've been going through. I don't know. For me, I always said, my family doesn't have that type of power, that type of privilege. And so they would have had to connect with a person with that type of power, with those type of privileges, with those type of resources that can do certain things that I've experienced. And so it's more than family. It's more than family. But you're about to find out for you. And I hope I am too. Cards says keep your temper because you're going to find out that there's a child involved, possibly your child involved. Aaliyah, perverted, sabotage. Aaliyah can have something to do with this. Probably got a lot of people don't like you because you know what? They wanted this money. They wanted to be in the place that you were in when they started all this nonsense to begin with. And so they had to kick you out of your place. Whatever position that is you were holding in life, they had to knock you out of it so they can get in it and play these roles that you've mastered here because it's just naturally you, whoever you are. And these are people who had to pretend. These are people who wanted something that didn't belong to them. I see your dreams are coming true. So we'll end it on that. I can't make this up. I'm just shuffling as I'm talking here. But these, let me show you. I got 3 different decks here that I was pulling from. This one, and this one here. So I'm just pulling up cards and shuffling them. And this is what I see. Your dreams are coming true on one deck. Fairy tale on another deck. And Leo on the final deck. So you could be a Leo. Someone could be a Leo here. But your dreams are coming true. Maybe someone dreamed of having this fairy tale lifestyle. Whatever it was you were dreaming, you're about to get it. And I don't know. I kind of want to say keep it private because you got people out here that evidently go through to the max. They push the limits out here, trying to take what belongs to you, trying to wear your shoe that doesn't fit them. And it's your own family, the people that's supposed to be protecting you, the people who's supposed to be loyal to you. here trying to make you look crazy out here in these streets. And the crazier they make you look, the more people they have on their side. It's a lot of spiritual warfare. It's a lot of lying. I see I made a mistake here. Avarice, having or showing an extreme greed for wealth or material gain. Money hungry person here. I don't know. Tiny right behind it. Tamia, Jimmy, Tamika, Purple. Family doesn't like you. They don't like you. And that's why they work so hard to take something from you and just leave you out in the cold. That's why they have created these lies, spreaded these rumors, got people to work with them to help them spread rumors, to gossip, to try to humiliate you in public. Probably would have had something to do with spiritual warfare. Why everybody watch. I see fraud, Americans Home Insurance. So somebody committed some insurance fraud. We already seen identity theft. They did whatever they had to do. And I'm sure they thought they would get away with it here too. These people probably thought you were just gonna disappear. Just disappear out into the streets here. Just disappear. Run somewhere with your tail tucked down, your head hidden because you were so embarrassed about what was going on, because you felt isolated, because there are people out here sit in positions of power who tried to intimidate you, because they got all your friends to turn away from you. Your family turned away from you, so you just out here in these streets on your own while you were going through the most horrible time, probably the worst you've ever been through in life. Why they spread rumors, told lies, gossip, slandered your name, defamed your character. They thought you were going to just run off and hide somewhere to never to be seen again because you were so humiliated. And that's exactly what they wanted to happen so they could get away with whatever this is they were trying to steal. This is somebody who didn't care about you. They cared about the money you have, the positions you were sitting in, the things that you were able to do that they wanted to be able to do themselves. Even your own child. Patience. That's what you're being called to have right now. Wow. The details of this are coming together. If you like me, probably been waiting for years to get some real information on what has been going on. See, DA, stay woke. Purple here, psychic power, divination, healing. Could be attorneys out there. No, I always say it's not just the bad people who have these gifts that they do. So it could be some good investigators, some good police officers, some good attorneys out here who are tapped in, who are tapped in, who knows exactly what's going on, who's been putting it together to help you. So you're being called to have patience and allow whatever this is to complete itself, this cycle to complete. Someone will eventually approach you and let you know what exactly has been going on here. And keep your temper with this child, whoever this is. Because you had adults in your family here who were in this child's ear. And how easy it is for an adult to persuade a child to do something that doesn't know any better, you know. I was actually just talking about this the other night when people date, um, men date younger girls, and they were saying it's to pretty much control them. They have more control over a younger girl than they would one their age. This is kind of the same thing. It's easier for adult family members to get in a child's ear to manipulate the way they think, the way they feel, to cause them to do certain things. And you have adult family members here working with this young adult child or this child. So, have grace, hold your temper, because it's probably something that's going to piss you off when you find out who in your family was working with who to steal from you, to try to cause you to lose everything for everything you've built for yourself and everything that God wanted you to have. Why they commit identity theft, insurance fraud, and did things to try to get you to run away. I don't know what they're gonna say. You died, you know, you schizophrenic, you have these episodes, and no one knows where you are, and the whole time they're doing it. The whole time they're setting things up behind the scenes, and they're doing it. Do I know all my strengths? And am I using them? We all have superpowers, but it's up to us to uncover them. When we live and lead with our own strengths, we are able to show up in our zone of genius. This inspires others to do the same. Ask yourself, how can I use one of my soul's gifts today to contribute to this open and ready world? So, whatever your gift is, whatever you feel like your superpower is, it's time for you to start using it. Whether that's showing up for yourself with it or showing up for other people with whatever this is. We're an hour and a half in. I'm going to end it here. I'll be back.